Company achieves first American moon landing since 197,221-24. Houston-based Intuitive Machines says its Odysseus lander touched down on the Moon today, becoming the first U.S.-built spacecraft to stick a moon landing in more than 50 years and the first ever by a private company. After some adjustments in the final hours, touchdown was expected at 6:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But mission control in Houston was left in suspense for almost 15 minutes while it awaited confirmation signals from the spacecraft. Finally, at 6:37 p.m. Eastern Time, mission control announced, "We can confirm, without a doubt, our equipment is on the surface of the Moon and we are transmitting." The lander's condition, however, was not yet clear. Today, for the first time in more than a half-century, the U.S. has returned to the Moon. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson said once the landing was confirmed. Today, for the first time in the history of humanity, a commercial company, an American company, launched and led the voyage up there. And today is a day that shows the power and promise of NASA's commercial partnerships. One day after breaking into an orbit tilted 80 degrees to the Moon's equator, Odysseus began a slow descent toward a point near the landing site some 186 miles from the Moon's south pole. The start of the descent was delayed about 2 hours after Intuitive Machines opted to keep Odysseus up for an additional orbit, switching the lander to a different set of navigation sensors. Intuitive Machines as it descended, onboard cameras and lasers were programmed to scan the ground below to identify landmarks, providing steering inputs to the lander's guidance system to help fine-tune the trajectory. About 12 minutes before touchdown, the main engine ignited at an altitude of just under 20 miles, flipping Odysseus from a horizontal orientation to vertical and dropping straight down toward the surface. As the spacecraft dropped below 100 feet, an innovative camera package, known as EagleCam, built by students at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, was intended to fall away and attempt to photograph the lander's final descent from the side. NASA cameras on board the spacecraft will photograph the ground directly below. By the time Odysseus reached an altitude of about 33 feet above the surface, the main engine was to have throttled down to the planned landing velocity of about 2.2 miles per hour, walking speed for senior citizens. Touchdown came near a crater known as Malapert A, 1 week after launch from the Kennedy Space Center. A camera on the Odysseus lander captured an image of the Moon below the spacecraft after a critical engine firing Wednesday to break into lunar orbit. Intuitive Machines video from the lander's onboard cameras and the EagleCam cannot be transmitted back to Earth in real time. But Intuitive Machines engineers at the company's Nova Control Center in Houston, the first pictures are expected within a half hour or so.